Aaron, how would you describe your level of excitement for the whole?
Yeah, I'd say strong to quite strong.
It's been
Is it unusual? Is this a little bit different for you, or is it just business as usual?
Well, it's different. I've been in one city for 18 years and now a new team. So, but it was good to get the pads on the last preseason game. So it'll be exciting. Monday Night Football is great. Playing the league long enough, you won a lot of 1 o'clock games, but you don't kind of grow up dreaming about playing the 1 o'clock games. You dream about playing Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football. So it'll be fun to start the season on Monday night.
Just with all the build-up, and you had mentioned it twice before that preseason game, what kind of emotions do you expect Monday night before it starts?
A lot of tears, a lot of sobbing, probably. I mean, I'm going to be good. I'm going to be excited. Be excited to be out there with the crowd, see the crowd out there early, hopefully. Get all the jitters out of the way probably in pregame and go out and just try and execute.
Now that it's a real week, how do you think the team looks, especially the offense installs?
The offense what?
How do you think the guys look now, the offense, when you've got your installs from the Bills?
Oh yeah, we had a good day today. I mean, it's hot, so grinding through the heat. No pads. Tomorrow will be a good Thursday style practice for us, but good first day.
I haven't seen a lot of the Bills over the years.
Yeah, I mean they got a couple good veteran guys on the back end. Well, I mean they're all veteran, 3 of them, but the safeties, played against. Jordan a little bit, played with Micah, love Micah, one of the greatest teammates, awesome player, super heady, smart, both of them real smart guys, savvy, good disguise. Corners are solid, obviously Milano's been all-pro type player for the last few years of his career. Up front, solid, get after you with not just the edge rushers, but the interior guys. So defensive plays really well together. Last year at Green Bay, we ran the ball pretty well on them, but didn't throw it very well. And we had time of possession advantage. It was huge, and we're down by 17 in the fourth, so we really didn't a lot. But obviously, they got some talent on either side of the ball. Josh is a phenomenal player, and so we're gonna have to keep up with them scoring.
Do you have a message for the team? We saw you give a lot of messages, like on Hard Knocks. Now that this is for real, and you guys are playing together, the real thing.
Yeah, I got a lot of messages for them.
Can you share one?
No. For their esoteric in nature.
Aaron, even though the organization had misgivings about Hard Knocks, do you think ultimately for you personally it was a really good thing because of the focus on your leadership skills and ability to connect with teammates might have given fans nationally to look at something that they didn't know about?
Well, I think they had known some about, but it was maybe not rooted in a lot of truth. So I think that part was good to have out there, but I think there were some misgivings about the whole experience. I don't know how much we initially allowed them to film. I thought, from my standpoint, when you're cutting a guy, it's the lowest point of that guy's career, and I'm glad we didn't keep that right there. I think that should be behind closed doors conversations. There was, maybe not every team meeting they were in, but there was a lot of access. I feel like it was good for our guys. I feel like the majority of our guys, except for CJ Uzama's here, we kind of stayed pretty authentic to ourselves. Didn't change a whole lot, but overall, good experience for me, good experience for the team.
Aaron, how's having Randall here help your
To what?
How's having Randall here help your adjustment?
I can't last part.
How's having Randall here help you adjust to 2 minutes ago?
Yeah, it's been great. It's not just Randall. I mean, I'm by Lazard over there, and Billy Turner's right here, and some older guys that I've known over the years. But I think that's the beauty is not just having those guys, but there's so many guys that I don't know in here. Guys like Ashton from Cal, so we got a connection right there. Guys like Cookie, who, we played against him for a long time. Young guys who I don't know, I got to try harder to kind of break down those walls and figure out what they're into. Offensive line that I don't really know. It's been fun to get to those guys, get to hang out with them outside the facility. That's the beauty of this game is the relationships and seeing that friendship grow over the years and really over the year for me being my first year here. I'm really enjoying it.
Aaron, do you have a message for Jets fans on what kind of football team they will see this year?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I just want them to show up early and be as loud as possible when we're on defense. And there's a lot of excitement. for the right reasons, and hopefully put a good product on the field starting Monday.
And you talked openly about winning the Super Bowl in your opening press conference. I'm curious what about the last few months has strengthened your resolve about that?
Well, I don't think I need the resolve to be strengthened at all. I think there's a part of that is speaking things into existence, the idea of the manifestation. And the other part is a realistic look at the locker room, knowing that there's anywhere from 6 to 12 teams every year that can probably do it, and that we're one of those 6 to 12 teams.
Aaron, you mentioned the young guys on the team. I know Sauce and Grease and some of those guys burned the cheese heads before to try and lure you here. Obviously, Sauce gave you the chain, the connection with Garrett Wilson. Can you talk about what they've done for you, maybe to rejuvenate you or make football fun again here?
Well, there's a lot of guys that have really made me feel comfortable here and made me feel at home. I think as much as anybody, the relationship with Zach has been the most important one, because him and I already had a friendship, and coming in here and knowing that I'm coming in to be the guy where he's been the guy, and he's dealt with so much scrutiny in the media and ups and downs his first couple of years. For him to embrace me the way he has been fantastic. I love him. I really care about him, and I want to see him to grow and get better, and to watch me and to be in my hip pocket and learn as much as possible. But that relationship was first and foremost, I think, most important. And then other friendships that just grow. I love Sauce and MC. And Garrett is a great guy. Mackay, Connor McGovern, the Brain Trust over here in the corner, which is Dwayne and Al and JFM and Quentin and myself. Get a lot of stuff done as far as current events and topics every single day.
Where's Garrett Wilson? Since minicamp, until now getting ready for the
I just think he really has a good focus on what to do to get better every day. And there's a lot of learning, teaching moments throughout the entire offseason and even training camp and even today. There's things that happen. The beautiful thing about him is he's so sharp and he has such great recall. There's not repeat mistakes. If something happens once, the next time it comes up, he's going to fix it.
Comforting is it knowing you're going into the season with a really strong defense, which, let's face it, probably wasn't the case every year in your career. How does that affect how you manage the game?
Well, I've never liked the sentence that has manage and game in the same sentence. So I feel like as a quarterback, you're there to make plays. Sometimes the play is to check it down, to be smart, but you got to be opportunistic. When you got a great defense, which I feel like we do, I think you just have to play how you've always played and be smart. You can take some chances when they're there, but it's all about a percentage game and trying to find the highest percentage matchup every single time. But again, we're 0-0 just like everybody. It'll be, two teams will be different after the night, but you don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of ideas about how good we're going to be, how good everybody else is going to be. Nothing really matters to get on the field, to go out there and play. It takes, a few weeks to figure out kind of your identity on both sides of the ball. So we're going to be a work in progress, but we got some good tests out the gate, and we got to start fast.
A couple more. You came in with guys who worked with you for a while, understood you and your offense, guys who hadn't. Where are you in terms of bridging that gap, and where do you feel like some of the guys who you haven't worked with before are now in terms of understanding?
It kind of depends on the guy. I think there's some guys who are right up to speed and everything is down for them, and some guys who are almost there. So the most important thing is that I have to make sure that we're on the same page. So that's part of my preparation is letting them know early in the week what we're going to go with, what checks are up, what signals are up, what dummy signals are up, what dummy code words are up, and then work them in the week in practice so there's not any surprises on game day. We've adjusted a lot of things. We've adjusted signals I've used for years that are no longer in existence, so I'm studying extra on those because I've got 18 years and some of those signals banked that we changed. And we've made some good adjustments with the offensive staff on things that I've done over the years that we're just don't really register with guys mentally because they really register with me and everybody that I kind of grew up playing with. So it's been some good changes. But I'm not going to put anything on their plate that we haven't talked about or repped or worked on in a meeting or worked on in practice.
Hold on, back here. Hold on, right back here.
The Instagram post you made at the U.S. Open, no vax, drew some attention. Just curious, what was your motivation behind posting that?
Well, I'm a big fan of Novak, and I got to see him in person. I took that photo and then realized that there was a little Moderna sign in the background. Novak is one of the most fit athletes in the world, and I think anybody looking at his situation realizes how ridiculous it was to not allow him into the country with the level of fitness and the way he takes care of his body. Like him, I care about health, and I was just having a little bit of fun with it.
Last year was not, statistically not up to your usual standard. Is there a part of you going into this season that wants to prove that you're the same guy that won back-to-back MVP?
Well, I mean, every year you set personal goals and have an idea how you'd like to play, how it plays out. It doesn't always work that way. Sometimes it's statistically less than you think. Sometimes it's way more. It just depends on how the flow of the game and what happens during red zone stuff and how good you are on situational football. But if you're doing well on third down and doing well in the red zone, everything kind of takes care of itself. And but I do set little personal goals. I don't share them publicly, but I'm not looking at this like I have to bounce back or do anything. I just got to play the way I know how to play. I've been working my ass off for the last 6 months to try and put a better product on the field than last year, and I expect it.
Thanks, everybody.